Question of the day: what is your favorite completely abstract card game? Now, we've talked about some abstract games in the past. One of my favorites, Corridor. Absolutely no theme to it. You're moving walls and tokens around to try to get to the other person's side. But abstract card games, they don't really matter. Yes, they may use flavor words in the description of what a discard pile is or your hand is, but really and truly it's cards with numbers and letters or whatever on them. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite one is, because today we're talking about a game called Red 7. Now this is version 1.2. I didn't play 1.0, but ideally this is a card game in which you are playing cards out and changing rules. Now, not quite like Flux. It's not a take that game where it's like whatever. This is a game all about strategically each hand thinking, okay, I have to play a card or I have to change a rule or I've got to do both in order to win. You have to be winning each round. So let's take a look how the game plays. We'll come back up and talk final thoughts right now. Alright, this is Red 7 version 1.2. Pretty sure Red 7 was the name of a Nintendo 64 game, right? What was that one where you had to be multiple personalities and... was it Red 7? Something, I don't know, something like that. Anyway, that is not what this is. This is a game that is abstract about numbers and colors. Now, numerically, highest is the high number, so 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then color-wise, it drops down kind of like the emotional spectrum from thanks to Jeff Johns and Ethan Van Sciver. We've got red, orange, yellow, brightest day, blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight, with all those who worship evil's might, beware my power, Green Lantern's light, blue, and hopeless, I don't remember what they are anyway, indigo, and then the star sapphires down here, violet. Ideally, what's going to happen is you're going to start with a card discarded out of the 7 cards you're dealt. Now notice these cards not only have colors and numbers, they have rules on them. Because what's going to happen is in this game, you're going to play a card to your tableau, palette, to your canvas, or the canvas, this is shared, the canvas, or both. What happens is when you play it to your palette, you're essentially adding cards down here to follow the current rule. So now it says you're currently playing red, highest card wins. So if we have the highest card here, so let's just say we have an orange 7, and over there they have a green 7. Well, our 7 trumps their 7 because it's orange, which follows the vertical line straight down to the color. If, however, we played an orange and they had a red, they would be winning this turn. You have to be winning at the end of your turn or the round ends, and the person who wins scores the points. First person to a set number of points, depending on how long you want to play, wins. Now, if, though, I wanted to change the rule to where, let's say I didn't play the 7. Let's say, for instance, I wanted to do most cards in a row. So I would play the 6 down here, and then I could play this card here. So this changes the rules. So now I have a 5 and a 6. Now I'm winning this hand. If, however, the other person across me also had this, you would then go to numbers for a tie, then you go to colors for a tie, worst case. You must be winning at the end of your turn. If you have no cards left and it gets back to you, you can't win because you can't change it necessarily, so you would lose that round. You will do this until somebody reaches the threshold of points, and again, only the person who wins will score the points for that round. You may want to throw the round early if you can see that you can't win so that they can't maximize their points. That's how you play Red 7, volume version 1.2. So, as we always do in reviews with here on the Dice Star, what I do is I always start with art and art direction. Now that's a little harder in abstract games because it's a game in which you just have the logo of the game on the back of the cards and then a number and the colors. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing, nothing to write home about. It is numerical cards with colors on them. So that's all I can say about that. I will say though, I do like the fact that the rules run sideways along the card so it matches that basic starter card that you start with. So there's a plus there. Now, as far as the game itself goes, this is an interesting concept because ideally you have to win each hand, which is cool because you can't plan multiple turns ahead. You can plan multiple turns ahead, but you have to guarantee that you're going to win this hand. To me, I think that's where the real joy in this game lies, is that you have to be able to win each hand. Otherwise, you have to know to throw it early enough to where you get out to stop them from getting points. I mean, after all, if you're not going to win, you need to mitigate them from winning because you don't get points unless you win. My ambient lighting wasn't on. So you only get points if you're winning. So you're going to want to try to win the hand as much as possible so you can get points. Anyway, after all, the game is interesting. I like the rules because essentially you're taking different rules from different games like spades, not so much like spades, but more like rummy rules, and you're applying them each round into I need to win using this technique. So to me, that's a cool concept. So Red 7, It's not a game that I'm going to write home about and be like, you have to play this game. In fact, if I'm going to play a more card game type game like this, I'm going to pick Forbidden Realms every time. But this game is interesting, and there's a place for it, especially when playing with people who don't necessarily want to play thematic games. They're coming from Rummy and Rook and things like that to playing more games with you. This is a good one to introduce them to because of what it does. So that is Red 7. I'm Bryan Drake here on the Dice Tower. Quick, short, concise today. Be back. See you next time. Until next time, we'll see you. Whatever I say. I'm Dice Tower Bryan. I've lost the plot completely on my ending. Until next time, we'll see you. That's it.